On this episode, we're going to take you to a place called Paisley, Oregon, to the Paisley Charter School. Paisley figured out a long time ago how to do education in rural Oregon. And this story astounds me. And then this last week, I saw Stu Burgess, a guy from Eugene, is now living over there because his son and kids live over there. And they started a radio station at the school. So I'm going to get in touch with them. But that made me think of, I should show you this story again. Now, again, this was done a few years ago, so things have probably changed a little different since COVID. But I want you to see how innovative they are and what's going on over there. Then we're going to take you to Summer Lake Hot Springs. It's such a funky Eugene kind of place. The owner's awesome. The hot springs are very rustic, and so are the cabins. In fact, the water from the hot springs is what's underneath the flooring in the houses and the little rooms, and it heats them up. So we're going to take you there. We want to thank our sponsors, Cristiano Family Dentistry, where everyone matters and everyone's health matters. And now's the time to get in and get your fall appointment. You need to make that phone call, tell them you saw here on Rick Dancer. And then our other sponsor is Alvin Taylor Endless Possibilities. This is an organization that takes care of and works with and makes dreams come true for people with different abilities in the community. They have different homes. They have services that go into people that live on their own. They just need a little help maybe with bills and that kind of thing. If you're looking for a career, something different that'll make you feel good at the end of the day, tired but good, alvintaylor.com, and then you just look under jobs. So let's get started. And we'll start with a little message from Dr. Bratlin, and then we'll get to Paisley.
Rick Dancer here. Before the fall rush sets in, now is the time to get in to see the dentist. Oregon's best dentist, and still my dentist, is Dr. Michael Bratlin at Chris Dental in Eugene. Dr. Bratlin and his staff are second to none. You have a tooth you need crowned? Give them a call and they'll get you in ASAP. Remember, at Chris Dental, everyone is welcome, vaccinated or not.
Hi, I'm Rick Dancer.
And I'm Kathy Dancer. Welcome to Explore Again, the Backstories.
So we want to thank our sponsors, Toyota and your local Toyota dealers, and also the Lake County Chamber of Commerce for making this possible. So what we're going to do today is go to a school. This is the Paisley School. Years ago, they started a charter school because they didn't have enough students to keep the school alive. So they started a charter school. They're bringing students from foreign countries here as well, boarding them. There's so much. Let's take them inside.
Let's go.
So tell me about this school.
The building?
Yeah.
The building was built in 1917, and we just 2 years ago had an all-school reunion to celebrate how old the building is and how long we've been a school. There was 500 people in town, which was pretty remarkable for little Paisley.
All right, so we're here with, you are?
Alexa Van Bells.
So explain to people what this is the most innovative thing that I think I've ever heard about in education in a long time.
Mm-hmm. Over the years, our administrators have thought out of the box to keep our doors open. One of the big economies for us was a wood mill, and it closed a couple of years ago, and with that we lost a lot of our enrollment. And so our administrators first decided to put in a dormitory, and originally that brought in kids from mostly all over Oregon, and later on we took in foreign exchange students.
So you guys made this a charter school because you financially had to.
Mm-hmm. We did it.
You didn't have enough kids left here to operate a regular school.
That's right, and it offered us additional options as far as our enrollment goes. We were able to take those kids that are out of our district gave us open enrollment is what they call it.
So in terms of children, how many do you have here?
We have 78 right now, and that's K through 12.
How many of them board here at the school then?
We have the 13 foreign exchange students and 4 resident kids.
Okay, can you show me where you guys sleep? Where do you sleep?
Yeah, let's go.
Okay. Okay.
This is boys only.
Boys,
Sorry,
man.
Yeah. This is our bathroom.
This is your bathroom?
Yeah.
Okay, it's clean. This is
Yeah.
Okay, so this is their bathroom. All the guys are here. They got their showers and everything. Even disabled access for that. That's awesome. And you can come in here.
These are the rooms.
Okay. So So do you all have your own room?
Yeah. This is my room, and my room is bed.
So there's two of you in here? Okay.
Hi, I'm Neil.
I'm Linda Brickner.
And so you guys have been the house parents here for, is it
10 years.
She has. I've only been here 5.
5? Okay. And so you oversee, can kind of tell us what you do here and here at the house for the...
Well, we're mom and dad to 19 children, and it's different every day, but we love our job because we love our kids.
So what is the beauty of this to you?
Of having the dormitory with all the different kids, the diversity, the culture. I mean, when those group of kids leave every year, our own kids have friends from all over the world, and to have the opportunity to travel too. They'll go visit and get to see all new cultures.
I think it's probably a better thing because I will be ahead in some parts of life when I go to college.
But I just can't even imagine what you've learned from.
Yeah, and we learn a lot from them too as well, because like you find out a whole bunch of stuff you want to have learned in a textbook about them.
Right.
Yeah.
Culturally, you're learning the culture.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Right now I'm learning about like Buddha and Muhammad, and actually learning it first person from these kids is so much different, and actually learning much more than you would in the classroom. So I think it gives me an advantage.
So they're probably getting an education that's more I want to say worldly, because they understand, and we understand from people in town that some of the kids, this boy's now dating this girl from Brazil, and he's back there right now visiting her parents and that kind of thing. And I mean, that's a rare opportunity for someone, especially in a small town like Paisley.
It is, yep, it is. Our kids would never have that opportunity had we not opened it up to all these different kids.
So what is it that lures the exchange students to come to the area?
Well, a majority of them sign up with an agency, like an agency that places kids all over the United States, and they don't know what they're getting into.
So you drive down the highway into Paisley, Oregon, and what do you think?
The first words that came out of my mouth were it looked like Radiator Springs, the town from Cars movie.
So you were a little shocked.
Yeah.
How has that turned out for you?
It's a really small town, but you really get to know like the people from here and all the locals. So you get to make like really good friendships.
Now you guys have 145 kids on the I-5 corridor who also go to Paisley School via the internet.
Yes. That was another idea that our administrators had a couple years ago to boost our enrollment and boost our funding, and they started this program. We call it the Distance Learning Program, and there's 145 kids that live along the I-5 corridor. We employ a principal, a secretary, and 4 teachers, and those kids all are assigned a teacher, and they're homeschooled, but they're also offered opportunities that kids in regular school are offered.
So how has this changed Paisley?
Well, it's just given us some stability as far as our funding goes. And our DLP kids are given a lot of opportunities that they wouldn't otherwise be given, and same with our local kids. Please.
So do you think sometimes that rural Oregon, because of the situation that we're in out here, that you pull together and you just learn to be innovative? I mean, some of this is pretty innovative stuff.
Yes. It is, and it's really, we wouldn't have a school here if we hadn't thought totally out of the box, and put these programs into place. And we have this tiny little, really special treasure sitting here, and our kids are so lucky, and really they know it. When you talk to them, they are grateful, and they know it.
I'm Maria from Brazil.
From Brazil.
And I'm 16 years old.
When you came to this small little town, did you kind of go, where am I?
Yeah, I was like, we don't have nothing to do there. It's like so small. But when you come here, you realize that you have a lot of things to do with all those people. Like we go and do sports in the gym. We go and play all the time, watch a movie, and it's so much fun.
Would you call this one of the great experiences of your life?
Yeah, I will never forget what I'm living here and learning here.
So rural Oregon doesn't need rescued, it just needs to be what?
Well, I just think it needs to be recognized. We're doing big things in rural Oregon.
This is worldwide in Paisley.
Yeah, so well, the dorm has 18 other kids. So they're from all over the world, so you really get to know a lot about cultures from many other places in the world. Yeah.
I'm Shakir.
And where are you from?
I'm from Russia. I'm 17 years old and this is my second year in Paisley.
As you guys become like a family here?
Yeah, we're like brothers, sisters, like a real family.
You never forget this, will you?
No, never.
This is going on 20 years that you've been doing this. How come we don't know this in Oregon? How come other school districts aren't doing this?
Oh, we're so special.
You really are. I mean, you're hiding it from us.
Mm-hmm.
Because I've told dozens of people this and nobody has ever heard about this except for people that live over here.
Yeah. We are very unique and special, and our kids are just the same. They are cool kids.
You guys, look at this gym. This is like old school. Look at those timbers probably came out of the mill back in the 1900s.
We'd like to thank our sponsors, Toyota and your local Toyota dealers, and Lake County Chamber of Commerce.
And if you'd like to see more of our series on...
Well, we don't do that anymore, so I'm not going to leave that part on there. And Toyota is not a sponsor now, but they did get us over there back when we were doing that. Isn't that a great idea? I think that could be the future of Oregon, with the schools in the toilet and the legislators driving it into the ground. Maybe it's time to get Betsy Johnson over there when she wins the governor's job, and to find out more about what's going on. And that there's this thing in Arizona they have called school choice, where you get the money that's rightfully yours for your kids to go to school, and you get to pick where to send them. Well, I'd pick Paisley over anything. And joining us is John and Peggy Devereaux. They are part of the Albert Taylor gang.
Yes.
How long have you guys been with Albert Taylor, Peggy?
I can't remember.
I can't remember either.
Since the early 80s?
In the 80s, we couldn't do anything without Josh.
Well, you could do a lot of stuff.
Yeah, but Josh takes us to Wendy's,
Thrift shopping,
grocery shopping.
I mean, and honestly, they see the best in people, and people tend to see the best in them. They're honestly some of the most accepting and friendly people that I know.
Right. Albert Taylor, endless possibilities for people with different abilities and for us as a culture. So if you're looking for work, looking for a new career, there's a place you can go. All right, now we're going to go to the Summer Lake Hot Springs. The guy who runs it, owns it, actually is from Eugene. I think that's what he tells us. But we're going to do a little tour and show you around the hot springs over there in Lake County.
Welcome to Explore Again.
And I'm Kathy Dancer, and we are at the Summer Lake Hot Springs this morning.
What you're looking at behind us right there, that is a giant pool where they put in the spring water. But right now, it's under renovation. They're doing some work for us. It'll be all ready for spring and summer. And so we're not going to show you that, but we're going to introduce you to the owner, show you the cabin, some innovative styles that they've used on it to build. And we're also going to show you the springs.
The show is brought to you by Toyota and your local Toyota dealers and Lake County Chamber of Commerce.
So we're going to introduce you to somebody right now. Come here, Dwayne. Tell them your name.
Hi, I'm Dwayne Graham, owner here at Summer Lake Hot Springs.
So tell us about this, what's going on here. So when did you buy it?
I bought it in 1997, and it was a little RV park, a family-run business.
No cabins.
No cabins, a little RV park and campground, and then there was the day use for the hot mineral pool behind it.
So I was reading up a little bit on that, and it's one of the most greenest hot soaks, it says. Can you kind of explain about that?
We don't mean the water. Okay? We don't mean the water.
The water is not green. The water is nice. It's full of silica, which is a real soft kind of mineral. So it feels like talcum powder when you get out. But I think the green is we're talking about the building construction techniques and using cleaners and stuff that are friendly to the environment and stuff.
Okay. And also, even once we get to the cabins, I know you guys use a lot of the thermal, or how you heat the
Right.
cabins and stuff as part of that too.
Right. So these tubs have been built in the last 8 or 9 years, and it's just one of the springs we divert. And we built these little rock tubs for soaking outside with, you can see the stars at night, and each one's a little bit different temperature as well.
So back in the day, and they still believe there's some healing properties in this water, is that right?
Right. Well, I think hot springs over the course of time have been known for that. And as sources, there's a couple of different springs here that source at like 100. One's 118 degrees. Other one that feeds the bathhouse is 115. And so each one's a little different, and depending on the size of the tub. Well, they've been here for like thousands of years. This was all under 200 feet of water. A long time ago, as part of the Great Basin. And then there were just like these mud pits. The cowboys and early settlers, Indians used to come here all the time. So now they've been collected in a couple of pipes and then just piped into the bathhouse here.
It looks like it.
So here's one.
Oh, wow. Okay, so so how hot is that?
That's about 115. Where it comes in this pipe and this one over here. And then it just collects it, and there's a lower pipe down here that feeds over into the mineral pool.
So then you use the geothermal to heat the houses, the
Right.
cottages?
It flows into a cistern, and then one of the springs gets pumped up, and we use Wurzbow tubing through the concrete floors, and then it just heats that mass of concrete. So it stays really warm all the time.
How many cottages, how many cabins do you have for rent?
So we have 10 little 1-bedroom cabins. Most of them have 2 beds in them, and they all have kitchens and bathrooms and showers, except for 2. 2 of them don't have showers. And so these are all just 2x6 construction.
Oh, wow. Yeah, this is really cool. Oh, man. So look at that, and there's your view, guys. Right there. So you got 2 beds.
We have a little nook right here, and then a bedroom over here.
And then here's your kitchen.
Right.
God, that's really nice. And where's the bed? Oh, then there's a separate bedroom in this one. That's cool. King bed in here, and then a really nice tiled shower in here. Wow. So you guys also have some, tell us about the beams up here.
There's a lot of these beams that were on the land. They came from the flour mill built in Paisley in the 1800s. So over in the valley, they just would have been sawdust, and they've been laying around. But it's so dry out here, they stay good for a long time. So we just use them as accents and
structure, because out here you got a beam out there. So
right, yeah. Some of them are structural. They're all pretty solid still.
So you're a native Eugenian. At least you came from here.
I grew up in Virginia on the East Coast and moved to Eugene in the 80s, early 80s.
Is that why you are so environmentally conscious about
maybe
everything?
Maybe
it kind of got rubbed off on you?
Yeah, Eugene's known for that, right?
So tell me one other thing. I want to show people something out here. So you guys, you can't see it right now. But right out here, when it's not foggy, what is that called?
It's called the Paisley Cave.
So the Paisley Caves are right out here, and a Eugene professor found a lot of artifacts out there, including the oldest human turd.
Right, which we like to call coprolites around here.
That's the kinder word?
Yeah, that's the kinder way.
So why is that significant?
Well, significance was the oldest human DNA. It was like 14,400 years old, and it pushed everything back over 1,000 years to when they thought humans were first in this area. So it's really the oldest human DNA in all of North or South America, the whole Western Hemisphere.
And it's just found right in your backyard.
Yeah, right out there.
So are there can you hike out there? Or are there other things to
it's all on the Summer Lake Wildlife Refuge. It's all BLM land out here.
So
yeah, you can
actually,
hike.
Speaking of that, how much land is here? Do you have here?
On this property is 145 acres now.
So what makes it special? Why do people come here, do you think?
The hot water and just the space, you know, but mainly the water. That's kind of the foundation of it all. I had a few of these different springs tested, and they were all totally different mineral contents, and they just surface within hundreds of feet of one another. But yeah, the water, and to get away from, you know, the cities now and get out. You see the stars at night out here. Like, so many people come out and they see the Milky Way for the first time. Okay. So these are Plummet Creek cabins. The walls are about a foot thick, double cage of rebar, and we use pumice from the Crater Lake eruption. We had it sent here, and then we batched it all on site. And so pumice is just lightweight in nature, a lot of entrapped air. And then by the time we have the walls, which are about a foot thick, and stucco.
So that's just pumice with stucco on the outside of it.
Right, it's a lightweight concrete. There's a little place you can see where I hit it with the backhoe, and you can see what the walls are there.
Oh, these are cool.
Right here.
Oh,
and here's another one of those beams.
So you guys see how this is the inside, so the air gets trapped in here, creating a natural insulation. So that's pumice from the Crater Lake eruption.
Right, came from South Shamal Pumice Company.
And then this is just stucco on the outside. Can we look inside?
Sure.
Yes, hold on just a second. Look here. God, this is cool. This feels like the Southwest.
It does. Yeah, it's kind of that mix. I'm just going to go there.
Oh, yeah. Oh, cool. Yeah. Very nice.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It is warm and cozy in here.
Yeah, this is really cool. So you got your little bed area over here, you guys. You're sitting out looking out at the mountains. Nice little couches in here. Got a separate bedroom over here so 4 people could come. Like that. Lots of light. And a nice bathroom in here. Isn't that cool? Oh, and a nice shower too. Tiled, everything. And you got a view of the bathhouse right there, out your bathroom window. I really like the way you use the wood and stuff.
Yes.
It's really nice.
Yeah, it's more wood that came from the flour mill in Paisley.
Up here?
That was on the land, right.
So what's the one thing you want people to remember about this place?
The one thing?
Yeah.
Well, the nature aspects of it and the hot water. That's the biggest thing.
I think it's for me, like, Kathy, don't you think it's a solitude?
Yeah, definitely. It's the solitude, and it's like, it's so peaceful and quiet out here that you have time to think, you know, get your thoughts, and it's just, you kind of get away from the hustle and bustle, and yeah, it's very relaxing and healing.
When you're out in the water out there, the people are super nice. It was like everybody got in a conversation with us because, you know, you're in before 9 o'clock, you wear clothes. After 9 o'clock, clothing optional. So you probably learn more about people after 9 o'clock than you do before 9 o'clock. But we had a really good time talking to folks, and it was really fun.
Yeah, people are there, get out of their element, they get out here, and they loosen up a little bit.
And people from Bend just drive out here for the day just to get in the tubs and then go back.
They do. It's an easy day trip from Bend. It's about 122 miles one way. And it's just beautiful. You're out on the Oregon Outback Highway here.
Yeah.
So Dwayne is also giving a one-night room with our package. You already missed that one. We used to give stuff away all the time on there. Great place, so you should check it out. They probably have more now because that's been like 5 or 6 years ago that we did that. All right, and that's it for this episode of Get Real with Rick Dancer. We want to thank our sponsors. I put my sheet away: Albert Taylor, Endless Possibilities, and Chris Dental, Family Dentistry. Have a great evening, and stay tuned for tomorrow night's show.